I had to learn how to twirl spaghetti when I got here.
Did you ever cut it?
I used to cut it in the US. Oh. I know. I'm sorry, Italians.
Oh, really?
It's not London. Maybe you could find an Italian person who immigrated there, opened up a good restaurant. I understand. Okay.
And she was like, oh, I had this company, like it was a chain. I was like, I had this restaurant, it's really good. I was
Olive Garden.
No, you don't. We don't have Olive Garden.
It doesn't exist in here?
I don't think so.
Okay.
We have in the UK, we go Bella Italia. The only Italian thing is just the name.
This is Italian for Sure, the podcast about Italian culture. I'm your host, Catrin Skaperdas, an American living in Italy, and I interview Italians who passionately share their wisdom, stories, and insights about Italian culture. Welcome to Italian for Sure, Tino.
Thank you so much for having me.
I'm so excited to have you here today, all the way from the UK, from Manchester, which we'll get into in a minute, even though you are born and raised Italian. Today, we're going to talk about all things cultural differences. Typically on this podcast, we talk a lot about the differences between America and Italy, because I'm American, but we're going to talk today about the UK versus Italy.
Okay.
So I think it's a great way to start the podcast if you could introduce yourself, including where you're from in Italy.
Okay, so I'm Tino. I was born in Sicily. That's not Italy.
What part of Sicily?
Syracuse. Yeah, I was born in Syracuse, and then I was raised there. And then when I was 18, I moved to the UK because in life we make mistakes. I moved to London. Since then, I just stayed there pretty much.
London?
Yeah, I did London 2 years. First 2 years in London. Then I went to university in Leeds, up north. Then I went back to it. I went traveling for a year to find myself. Didn't work. And then I went back to Italy for 2 years during COVID.
Okay, 2020?
Yeah, that's it was 2019. May 2019, I moved there. And then COVID happened.
Okay.
And then I went back. And then I moved to New York. And then after London. And then Manchester.
Okay.
And now, so far, I'm okay. Manchester is
back
good.
in Manchester.
That's it. I'm done.
Really? I mean, so I'm going actually to Syracuse. You say in Italian Siracusa?
Siracusa, sì.
Okay. I'm going to Siracusa in July with my family, with my mom and my dad.
Okay.
And my husband. So we're very excited actually to show my parents Sicily for the first time. They've never been.
Where are you going to Syracuse? When?
When? In July, in the beginning of July.
I'll be there.
You'll be there.
Yeah.
You'll be our personal tour guide.
Yeah, probably. Like if you go to
Syracuse,
yeah, 100%. That's it. £5.
Perfect. We can afford it. It's okay.
And a coffee. Just a coffee.
Amazing.
If you provide the espressos, I'm okay with it. But yeah, I'll be there, I think, they don't need to know. But yeah, I'll be in Sicily.
You'll be in Sicily. Amazing. Oh, that's really cool. So do you go back to Italy a lot then?
No, I would love to go home a bit more often.
Oh, okay.
But right now, I think I go home like twice a year.
That's pretty much my cadence with the US as well.
Yeah, it's a bit, because I think the flight is too expensive sometimes.
Yeah.
And then you have to plan it. And also, like, I don't know if it happens to you. If I go back to Sicily, I'm not going on holiday. I'm going to do admin.
Talk to us about this. So for people who don't know, when you live abroad and you go home, what do you do when you go home?
You go for admin. So first of all, you realize that when you move abroad, you develop patience. So like, I think when you're in Sicily, you're like hypochondriac.
What do you mean?
Then you're like, oh my God, I got this pain. Let me go to the doctor straight away. If you move abroad, oh my God, I got this pain. Cool, I'll be home in 7 months. The pain can wait.
Because are doctors expensive where we're in the UK, in Manchester?
Yeah, but also you can get access. It's like 7 months waiting list, 8 months.
Really?
And if you go, if you go in the public one. If you go private, they're very expensive. But in Sicily, it's free because mom is paying for me. So everything is free for me in Sicily. Like a dentist, yeah, it's fine. If I got a problem, like I learn to be patient and struggle with pain. And then I know mom, she will sort everything out.
That's hilarious. Well, it's as an American living in Italy has taught me patience for other reasons, just from the sake of things never happening when they say they're going to happen. Like, I'll tell you a story quickly. I ordered a plant for the house. My husband and I ordered a plant. It said it was going to come on Friday, which was 2 days ago. We stayed home. It was supposed to be between 10 and 12. I didn't leave. And then they told me they didn't come at 12. We called and they said, oh, we wrote it down wrong. We'll be there tomorrow between 2 and 3. Like, no, I'm sorry. We didn't say like, oh, we stayed home all day. We were just acceptant. We were like, okay, we'll see you tomorrow. And then on yesterday, I was like, I honestly wonder if they're going to come or not. But they did. But between 2 and 3, they came at 3:15. So in Italy, it's like on time, I think.
That's a good time.
Yeah.
Like usually for example, when I see my friends, I'm like, okay, what time are we meeting? And they're like 3 p.m. English time. Because otherwise, if you say 3 p.m., it can be between... I think it's going to be between 3 p.m. and everything like 4:30. I think 90 minutes late is something typical about Italians.
Because your friends in the UK are Italian?
No.
Okay.
They're British. But they assume it, like I'm going to be late. Which, by the way, I'm not. I don't like to be late.
And is that something you adopted when you went to the UK?
Yeah, because most of the time I'll be like, okay, guys, we're meeting at 9. And I'm like, okay, by the time I will get there, the party was over. I'm like, what are we doing? Because also, like, I lived in Spain for a bit.
Okay.
In Spain,
you lived all over.
Yeah, I was trying to find where I wanted to live, and also it was ex. Traumas. Everything starts past 11 p.m. in Spain. And I remember I was like in Canary Island. I was like, why? And Canary Island is also like old people as well, most of them. Like it's also British people as well. So I was like, why is everything start so late? Why we gotta be out until 4 a.m., 5 a.m.? When we can just have it normal. If you go out 7 p.m., by 1 a.m., we're all home. We can chill.
But this is funny coming from someone from Sicily, because the first time I went to Sicily, we booked a restaurant reservation for, I think it was 9:30. And I remember because coming from, well, first of all, in the US, dinner is at 7. As you get older, it gets even earlier than that. Like my parents eat, I think, at like 5:30. But in the north of Italy, like where we are now in Milan, I would say typical dinners like 8:30. Restaurants don't even open until 7:30. And in Sicily, we booked the restaurant reservation at 9:30, knowing that people eat later there. We were the first and only people at the restaurant, and people did not start showing up until 10 o'clock. A couple came, and then 10:30 was like when people started to come. So I'm surprised to hear you say this.
It's mental. Because I was young. I left Sicily when I was 18. So I was still going to high school. So I didn't really experience that. And when I go home now, I try to stay home. I don't really stay with I try to enjoy the time with my parents.
More your family than your friends.
And I keep doing the admin anyway.
Yeah.
And the admin is like, go to the dentist, it's always doctors, by the way.
Okay.
Doctors and then lawyers every now and then. Because
you get yourself in trouble, or?
No, I wish I got boring life. No, it's not. It's not, because my parents, I think you live in the future when you're Sicilian. So like, just in case we die. So like, you're going to get this thing, you're going to get this, you're going to get that. So they keep updating.
Okay.
They keep updating. And that's what my mama always say. Like she's always, by the way, she has fuck all.
She has what?
I'm sorry. Can I swear here?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, she has fuck all. She owns fuck all, right? And my mama, she's against tattoo or piercing. And she was like, okay, the first one, because it's 3 siblings we are. And I was like, the first one's going to have a tattoo or piercing. It's not going to be in the will. And like, we all respected that. We always respected growing up.
Okay, show me your tattoo.
Exactly. And then we realized, Mom, you own fuck all. What's this will? Like, there's nothing in the will. So I was like, oh, let me cover myself. No, I don't have tattoos now. No.
You never got them?
No, I only got one.
Okay.
It's, I'm trying to get rid of it as well.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a mistake. It's in a place that you can't see.
I think a lot of people have those. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, only the lucky people can see. But apart from that, no, yeah. And that's the thing, like, it's admin when you go to Sicily. What else do I do when I go to Sicily? It's more like I enjoy, like, first thing I do, again, I land, the first place I go, I need to buy some mortadella. Mortadella is the place.
That's a thing that you miss.
Yeah, mortadella. I make this mortadella, burrata, blue cheese, and sun-dried.
Burrata and blue cheese.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Sun-dried tomato. And it's just better than anything I ever tried. And I'm like, okay. Because like you got the blue cheese is sweet, but then you got the sun-dried tomato, they're salty. And the mortadella is salty. But then they go the burrata, they sweet and smooth. And it's just like, oh, I'm starving right now, by the way.
Yeah, I am too. That sounds amazing.
Me saying this right now. It's a mess to eat it because every time you bite it, it just goes everywhere.
Oh, but I feel like Italians are so neat when they eat. Like if I'm eating a burger with an Italian, I at least have 3 stains on my shirt and the Italian's like perfectly clean. Like nothing has gotten anywhere except in their mouth. And it's really, I don't understand it. It's like...
I think because we are used to with spaghetti. So when you spaghetti, you gotta be like very careful how you eat it.
I had to learn how to twirl spaghetti when I got here.
Did you ever cut it?
I used to cut it in the US. Oh. I know. I'm sorry, Italians.
Oh, really?
I know. I don't know. We just didn't learn. Or a lot of like Italian American families would do it with the spoon. And I'm Greek American.
Okay.
Oh, but I was told that that's only something you do with children. Typically,
I did whatever, like, depend if I want to show for my skills. If I'm both hands, I'm like, yeah.
You do it with the spoon?
Why not? But no, usually now I get it like normal. Because like I think if you eat spaghetti regularly, like normal people do, or I think you just eat slower.
When you say normal people, like eating spaghetti the way normal people do, like twirling it, or eating spaghetti regularly is normal?
No, twirling.
Twirling it.
Yeah, I don't feel like, in my house, we don't really eat spaghetti that much.
Really?
Yeah, no.
And are we specifically talking about spaghetti, obviously not pasta in general, we're talking about spaghetti specifically. Yeah. Is that because it's not a part of a lot of Sicilian pastas?
No, I think there's a lot, like I think just in my house, it's very hard to eat it. And then I had a bad experience once, I'll tell you this story. I went on a date, that was like on a first date, like 8 years ago, something like that. And she was like, oh my God, where are you from? I'm like, Italian. And she's like, oh, taking me to an Italian restaurant. And I was living in Leeds, by the way. I was like, this sounds like awful.
I've never been, but I trust you.
Yeah, because like, going to an Italian...
It's not London. Maybe you could find an Italian person who immigrated there, opened up a good restaurant. I understand. Okay.
And she was like, oh, I had this company, like it was a chain. I was like, I had this restaurant, it's really good. And I was
Olive Garden.
Second,
Olive Garden.
No, you don't. We don't have Olive Garden.
It doesn't exist in here.
I don't think so.
Okay.
We have in the UK. We got Bella Italia. The only Italian thing is just the name. So we didn't go to Bella Italia. There is another place that's called Ask Italian. Ask Italian. I'm like,
yeah, but then if Italian goes and they ask the Italian's not going to probably have the answers that they want.
Exactly. It's like what we asking here? Like ask Italian if the food is shit. Anyway, I went to this restaurant, by the way, and she was like, oh my God. And I was like, I'm gonna show off like out to eat. Because that's the thing, like there's a game that like the people play. There's always like, are they gay or Italians?
I've heard this before.
Because like
even from my husband, actually.
Even right now, like people will definitely assume like all this thing. Apparently, this is gay. Like just this, my right arm. That's already it's enough to show them gay because other people don't wear jewelry. I
think it's just culturally, like in the US, I don't think men typically they don't wear jewelry unless actually I'm speaking more New York, Long Island, but I can't speak for all of the US. I talk about this a lot because, well, first of all, I'm one person, but also because different parts of the US are very different. In warmer climates like San Diego, I think they do wear jewelry, like men wear jewelry. So it's a little bit more it's common, people are used to it. But yeah, I mean, like with anything, people, if they're not used to it and then they're just used to like, typically it's the gay men who wear jewelry. So that's kind of the assumption or whatever it is, or tighter jeans.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I look at this and the people are like, yeah, double denim. I'm like, definitely gay. I'm like, well, I'm giving the wrong vibe. So anyway,
double denim is in style again for everyone.
Exactly.
I mean, clearly you know that, but just...
And it's how to rock it. And I felt so uncomfortable to do it. And then when I was like, you know what, I'm going to start rocking double denim, like it's the last outfit I'm just going to wear. And now this is my official outfit.
Perfect. If I see you tomorrow, you're going to be in the same outfit.
Oh yeah, always. And by the way, like it's not that I have different versions, it's always the same.
Exact one.
I just don't take a shower. Like always the same. It's just like a Dodge one.
If you're not catching on, Tino is a comedian, by the way, actually.
I try. I just tell my life and people are like, yeah, it's fucked up.
He's being modest.
It is funny. But yeah, so what happened was, I'm going to show off this girl, like this lady, I'm going to show for my Italian skill. So I ordered a carbonara, okay? Bear in mind, the day before, it was the same day in the morning, they put my braces on. I put braces on for the first time you should not eat spaghetti if you have a brace, especially if you're trying to like, if you want this woman to fall in love with you, you should not do it. If you try to impress a woman.
Not having food just come out of the brace, like especially spaghetti.
That's
just
the problem.
hanging out.
That's what happened.
Oh, no.
So she ordered a steak. I ordered carbonara. I'm having carbonara and then I'm still eating. And there's something weird. I'm feeling it. And I'm like, oh, this is weird. I'm like, oh. I was like, I didn't even think about it because again, I wasn't used to with the brace. So I just did this thing. Turns out I start pulling this full spaghetti from my mouth like that. Like, and the more I was looking at her without breaking eye contact, with no shame, as if I was like, the cartoon with
where they put the spaghetti and then they kiss in the middle.
For me, it was the other way around. I'm trying to pull her away.
The more you pull, the more she's leaving.
The more she was like, ugh. And then she looks at me, and I was like, I swear to God, and I was like, I'm sorry. And then this thing just came up like very floppy, like on the table, like blank on the, like just dump on the glass. And I was like, I'm really sorry. And she, you know what she did?
She went on a second date with you?
She was like, do you want to eat my steak? Should we change?
Oh.
So I was like, yes, I will. So we just swapped.
That's
so I
actually
shared the
super
carbonara.
nice.
And I got my...
Nice.
She got my spaghetti. She got my carbonara. I got a steak.
Okay, question. In the carbonara, which is one of my favorite pasta dishes, was there guanciale or was there bacon? And what's typical in the UK?
Oh,
do they use the proper ingredients
No.
or do they put cream and bacon and make it not Italian anymore?
I think it was bacon.
Yeah.
It was bacon, and as soon as I saw, I was like, okay, cool. Because that's the thing, guanciale has to be guanciale.
Right.
That's the thing.
It's hard to import. I guess.
But when the waiter came over, it was like, would you like some parmesan? Which is great, because I like when you grate it fresh.
No, it was probably in a package of plastic.
Probably, but I start grating it.
Oh, it was a fresh one?
Yeah, I
Okay.
started grating. I was like, okay. And then like I love the idea that after like a couple of seconds going, it was probably Italian the way, because it didn't even stop. Because usually sometimes when I'm not they do it once and they're like, can you just tell me when?
Yeah.
And people just don't. And this guy was just like,
Going for it.
Going. And he just made this mountain of parmesan. I'm like, yes, my man is getting some tips tonight. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I was like, we need to cover the flavor of bacon with parmesan.
Yeah. Well, in the UK, do they tip?
It's everything's included on the service charge.
Okay.
So basically, it's an excuse, like £12, 12%, 12%.
12%?
Yeah, 12.5 every time they add it to a bill.
Okay.
And it was supposed to go just for the staff, but it doesn't.
Then what do you mean?
So basically, what happens is you go probably you're like on a minimum wage plus the service charge, and the service charge is the split according to the amount of the month. Or I don't know if they pay every 2 weeks, but they divide it for the staff. But then companies from the service charge, they make, we need this money for this, we need this money for that. So they just give a small percentage.
Yeah, that stinks. I really like the way that Italy is, that there's no tipping. As an American, I find it really awkward to have to every time, because then you can tell the waiters are being like extra nice because they know that like they need that 20% and it's not in the bill. Like in UK, they just have it already baked in, where in the US, they're leaving it up to the customer to decide what percentage to give. Now, everyone typically gives 20% because that is the appropriate amount that you should give, unless there was something wrong. But to be honest, even when there's been things wrong, I've never given not 20% because I know that in the US, they actually get paid less than minimum wage. They're allowed to get paid less than minimum wage because they expect that the tips are going to make up for it. So it's just this whole thing, even when I get my hair cut, it's like I have to think about the money and then awkwardly hand it to you and pretend that like I'm giving it to you on the sly, but like, I'm giving it to you and you know that you're going to get it because that's the common thing. It's just in Italy, there's just the price of the service. Everyone's getting paid what they get paid and everyone seems pretty happy about it. That's my perspective.
Yeah, I think so. Because I think like you can't miss something that you never experienced, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
So if you never know, like, because tips is good.
Well, and so this is a question though. Some people have told me that some Italians will take it as like an insult. Almost like, I don't need your change kind of thing. So like, how is it in Sicily? If someone leaves a tip at a restaurant, especially if it's like a foreigner leaving a tip or something, like, is it like, oh, great, woohoo, I got a tip? Or is it like, ugh, they think I need their change?
No. If it's a foreigner, they know, like, especially if it's American, Russia, they love the tips.
They love it because they know that it's also just in their culture. It's not meant to be offensive. It's meant to be like, thanks for your service. Here's some extra.
That's it.
Cool.
Like, my father always tipped people. He always tipped it. I mean, I think it's a great way to show recognition. It's like, thank you so much. Because like the only reason why you're having a great experience in a restaurant with your husband, you go for dinner with your parents, is because someone else is working at that time. Yeah. That person wasn't working, you would not be able to have that experience or make memories. That's for me, it's like a way to like, thank you so much. I appreciate you what you're doing. And also worked in hospitality all my life, because obviously I'm Italian, so when you're abroad, you belong in a bar or in a restaurant. That's the only way to survive. But then, like when people tip me, I was like, yeah, that's great. But if you tip €1, that's offensive.
Oh, okay. This is what I'm asking. Okay.
Like, it depends what you tip. Like, I've been with people that were tipping just like very, very low amount just to show
like
that
the change
person.
in their pocket kind of thing.
And I'm like, you don't do that.
Yeah.
Because, I just want to show the service was bad. I was like, okay, then don't give no tips.
Yeah.
Because you're trying, now it's offensive.
Yeah.
Like, you're not trying to give a lesson. Leave a bad review if you want, but don't humiliate that person.
Yeah.
Because it's a human being.
It's true.
What makes you think you're better than that?
I agree. Yeah.
Probably someone sometimes has like a really bad day.
Yeah.
But the problem is with these jobs, like hospitality or customer service, but retail, you need to face customers. So you can't look miserable for a day. I always look miserable even when I'm having a great time, because that's my face. But that's the thing. If someone's having a rough day, fuck it. Let them have a rough day. You don't need to make it worse.
Yeah.
That's it. That's your rant.
That's
my
rant
rant for the day. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Speaking of restaurants, we talked a little bit about timing of dinner, and you said that you didn't really feel the effects of the difference of eating late versus eating earlier because you, at 18, moved to the UK. Tell me about when you're hanging out with your friends. I think we touched on this already a bit, but I'm curious, like the first few times when you had plans with your friends and they said, okay, like Tino, it starts at 8. Like, what time did you show up? And the reality of like today, now that you've been living there for so long, like what would you do if someone invited you at 8 now?
Okay, so the beginning, when I first moved to London, people would say, oh yeah, we're meeting at 7 p.m.
For dinner or to hang out? Or like
no, for dinner. Like, but I thought it was like, okay, aperitivo.
Yeah.
It's a drink, and then we go for dinner. And then I would go there. I was like, no, this is dinner. Because in England, they call dinner tea.
Okay, explain this, because this is not, I don't know this as an American.
Yeah, so the way they say, you can call either dinner, or you can call it tea.
Why?
But also, tea means lunch. So for me, tea is like, I drink the tea. It's not.
Like the alternative
it is
to
also
coffee.
there. Say again?
The alternative to coffee.
100%. That's the thing. When people say tea, I'm like, I assume it's the drink. So people are like, okay, we're meeting at 5 for tea. So I will go there at 5. And I'm like, okay, cool. Can I get English breakfast tea? They were like, no, we're actually having food. I was like, but you say tea. And I was like, yeah, that's what we mean. And I was like, this is very confusing.
Also, it's 5 o'clock.
It's 5 o'clock.
What meal is at 5 o'clock?
Exactly. What we having? And then again, that was probably the struggle at the beginning. So now I will message you like, is it tea, drink tea or food? And like, no, food. Okay, just say food, please. I'm a foreigner. Speak to me like as a foreigner. Like today, my friend messaged me. He says something really British. And I replied, I was like, yo, just remember I'm a foreigner. What does this mean?
Okay, wait, this is a good segue because I wanted to ask you about this. I saw your video of like people speaking to you using slang terms, and you're a foreigner, and the idea of like, okay, don't use slang with me because like I don't know what that means. So what's your take on this? Because when I speak English to people here who I know that English is not their first language, I do find myself naturally kind of enunciating, slowing down, of trying to avoid slang words, trying to make it easier to understand, not dumbing it down, but essentially just not using words that even Americans might not know, you know, that super complicated word, or even cultural references, right? So if I'm talking to my friends back home, I might refer to something that was like a TV show when we were kids, or something that here maybe like no one's watched SpongeBob, you know, I don't know. So I pay attention to these things when I'm speaking, and to be honest, sometimes it's hard because this is my full-time life now. And so it's hard to not be totally free to speak the way that I speak typically, like with my friends and family back home. But I've met Italians here, especially in Milan. Their level of English is so good that I don't feel I have to filter as much. Like with you, honestly, your English is amazing, so I don't feel I'm really changing the way I speak too much.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
13 years of struggle and tears. That's my level of English.
Tears.
That's it.
That's okay. I'm 4 years into learning Italian, and it's the same for me. But yeah, they're just hand gestures. I know.
Okay.
So tell me. So what's your take on how people speak English to you, even if your English is really good, but the fact that you're a foreigner?
Okay, so sometimes like if they use a slang with me, I feel like, oh, they feel like I'm part of the culture.
Like it's a compliment almost.
Kind of, but then I've noticed that sometimes they just assume that I know every slang. And I'm okay with that because like I tell people like, sorry, I don't know what it means. Like I don't have a big ego. I tell people, and also for me, like, I don't know, it could be material for my set. So I'm like, oh, what does it mean? But what I don't like is when I use a slang, when I'm the one that uses slang, and people look at me like as if I just discovered hot water. They're like, whoa, you know that? I'm like, yeah, because I listen to people. That's something they like. It's a bit condescending because I was like, oh, you should not speak. How do you know this? Because obviously, I guess the level of English is, it doesn't matter your level of English if you got a strong accent.
Okay.
Because I think when you have a strong accent, automatically, it's been proven, by the way, automatically you sound more stupid.
Oh.
That's the thing as well. They have the problem in the north and the south of England. People from the north sound, they consider they sound a bit more stupid for the way they sound.
Interesting.
That's still British, by the way.
I've experienced that with people actually talking to me as if I was a child because I was speaking Italian, obviously at a level that's not the level of maybe a typical Italian 33-year-old because I just started learning it. And they couldn't differentiate between the fact that like I just am learning Italian. I'm not stupid or a child. So I understand what you're saying about the accent.
You can use that to your advantage, though.
What do you mean?
Life sounds so much better when you just pretend that you're stupid.
Really?
Everything. I'm not from now on. I'm just a foreigner. Like I work so hard to learn to be able to understand British people. Well, now I just work so hard to just tell them like I do speak English. So many times I'm like, sorry, I'm a foreigner.
I don't understand.
I don't
It gets you
understand.
out of conversations.
Gets you out of conversation. When you sound stupid, people don't give you responsibilities. I got friends that are having kids right now. They ask all my friends to be like, oh, can you babysit the kids? They give you responsibility. They don't do it to me. Like, I work.
It's the accent.
The accent, when you sound stupid, life is beautiful. I work. When I used to have a proper good jobs, no one ever asked me. Never ever gave me like responsibilities of my job.
Well, I want to ask you about something that you posted about on your Instagram, which is not funny, but obviously you're a comedian and you made it funny, which is about like someone thinking you were actually like a food delivery person.
Yeah.
Tell us about that quick.
Well, I've seen the bag. That's the color of the bag there. It's like
Which is like the Deliveroo.
It's the Deliveroo guy, and
color.
I was wearing like a orange hoodie, and that's the Just State color.
Okay.
And I showed up there, and I wanted a coffee, and as soon as I go, I was like, "Hey guys," and this woman, she was just being rude. And I was like, "Sorry," and I was waiting because I knew I work in hospitality. I know you gotta wait when people are busy, so just making my time. And then she was like, "Have you got your order?" And I'm like, "No." And then she asked again, "Have you got your order ready?" And I was like, as soon as I approached the counter, she just handed me a bag.
You hadn't even ordered. She just handed you a bag.
She just handed me a bag, and she was like, "Yeah, take it." And I was like,
Did you realize what was happening? That she thought you were a delivery person?
in that moment when she handed me a bag, yes. Because then when I turned around outside, there was like loads of Deliveroo people out. I'm like,
gosh.
I just got free fucking breakfast. And again, I don't feel bad because she was being rude.
Yeah.
And I'm like, cool. And then I'm like, thank you. And I just left and I just got a great bagel.
I know. Well, I only feel bad for the person who didn't get their food, but they probably got a refund or.
Oh yeah, they're good as well because then the guy showed up, probably the real delivery guy.
True.
He probably showed up with the number and then was like, "Oh, was that guy?" I was like, well, just a hungry Italian guy, just a patient, angry, respectful Italian guy. They just got free breakfast.
Yeah. Well, okay. Angry, you mentioned. Okay, this is great. You mentioned before we started recording about the people in the UK being really polite versus people here I guess not necessarily like polite versus not polite, but like small talk politeness. Can you talk about the cultural difference between UK small talk, Italian, in my experience, non-existent small talk?
Well, if it's we are human beings, okay? We don't need the small talk. Like if you ask me how are you, it's because I assume that you want to know how I feel. But in England, it's how are you is saying hi.
Yeah. So you need to just say good and you.
I'm good.
In the US, at least.
I'm good. You. I'm good. Thanks. You. Because if you don't say thanks, you're also rude.
Oh, no.
You get a person like, oh, how are you? I'm good. Thanks. You. I'm good. Good. And then the other person say good. And then it's a circle of good. That's how they go all combined together. And this is basically how England produces electricity. It's just like a circle of good. And then you don't know how to get out on the good side. When it needs in Sicily, it's like, in Sicily, how are you? I was like, oh man, my wife just left me. I'm not allowed to see my kids. But I'm good, you know. Like,
and they were like, can I take your order, sir?
Yeah. but I'm good. It's good. You know, the sun is good. You know, I go health, because that's the thing in Sicily. We always say, as long as go health, I'm good.
Well, you come back from the UK, you do all your doctor's visits, so you got health. You're doing it right.
I go health, I go everything ready every time I go back, and life is good again.
This has been such a fun conversation, Tino. Thank you so much for joining Italian for sure.
Thank you so much for I had fun, to be fair. We had a problem with the timing. It was fun.
Good. Is there any last comment that you want to make to our followers today?
Yeah. Be direct. Be direct. Enjoy life. If something bothers you, tell people to fuck off.
Perfect. Thanks so much, Tino.
Thank you so much for having me. This is Italian for sure.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Italian for Sure. If you liked what you heard, make sure to hit the follow button wherever you listen to podcasts, and hit the subscribe button on YouTube. If you want to connect, find me on Instagram and TikTok at Italian for Sure, and let me know what you found most interesting. Until next time.